Straightforward conversations get the story behind the headlines right here on The Newsmaker. Thank you for joining Newswatch Plus. I'm Tristan Udalo. The Justice Department says that the ICC arrest warrant against Senator Bato de la Rosa can now be enforced and has ordered authorities to take him into custody. Joining us now is a former senator and the principal author of Republic Act 9851, or the law on crimes against international humanitarian law, genocide, and other crimes against humanity. Today's newsmaker, we have former Senator Richard Dick Gordon. Senator Gordon, I want to start with following the chaos, the gunshots, and the political infighting. What do you make sense of the Senate as an institution you once proudly served?
Our reputation as the senior house, we're at the nadir of our performance as a Senate, mainly because the electorate has not been able to elect the proper people. The good people are definitely qualified. So if you want to start blaming the senators, I'm not blaming the people, I'm blaming the system. The political parties have not provided the right candidates, so people have poverty of choice. Nahihirapan sila, di ba? Paano sila makakapili na magaling kung yung pinapakita ng mga political parties are substandard? So I'm not surprised that this has happened. I've been there. Remember when I finished my investigation on Farm Bill? The senators didn't want to vote. They were afraid of Duterte. They were afraid that they're not going to win in Visayas anymore. The policy there among some of these people is, oh, I really love my country, but I love myself more.
After the gunfire scare at the Senate, you have some senators turning emotional following their experience. Sabi pa nga po nila, hindi man lang sila kinumusta ng kanilang mga kapwa senador. First, how do you feel about witnessing yung pong mga emotional exchanges? And what does it say about the institution today?
Well, the institution is definitely wounded gravely. But let me just say that all that was staged in pursuit of a power change. All right? It wasn't for God and country. Cayetano wanted to be the Senate president, and there was no need for it. And also, as an extension, they wanted to take over the Senate because in anticipation of the trial, the impeachment. And so people better watch out. I've been quoted as saying, the real people on trial are the Filipino people, tayo, di ba? Because kung manonood lang tayo and we don't do what we're supposed to do, these people are going to try and do what they call impunity, which has been happening throughout our country for the last several decades. You know, policemen do something or government officials don't do something, and yet we hesitate to go after them. The ombudsman is just watching. After all, that's what ombudsmans mean, government watchdog, right? But they have not done that. You know, when I was investigating Farming with the Blue Ribbon, very public investigation, they knew they were stealing the money. The AMLA knew that there was a lot of money laundering, and I was telling them that. And when we didn't hold our punches, sinabi ko, ito lahat ng kulang. Saka makakakita na pinayagan nila yung korporasyon na napakaliit ang pera, 640 million pesos, for 640,000 pesos, not even millions, and they were able to get 47 billion. And for sure, 11 billion were spirited out, and the AMLA didn't do anything. Same thing here in the case of the vice president. You know, confidential funds, in the first place, I would have questioned the confidential fund. Why should the vice president have confidential funds? He's part of the executive. The executive was a tremendous confidential fund, and he was giving it away. He was bribing people in the education department. And then now she has to explain why her statement of assets and liabilities of both her husband and herself has not just quadrupled, it has really gone into high unexplainable wealth. So dapat it's a good time. It's a turning point in our country. If we do it right, we might be able to salvage ourselves and get out of the category of damaged culture and damaged country. But
Okay.
if we'll continue to go down.
The Senate leadership continues to claim that it was under attack last week, but CCTV footage coming from the Interior Department and the Philippine National Police contradict those claims. For you, Senator Gordon, what do you think about the incident last week? Was it an attack or was it planned or staged?
Ilan ang pumutok na bala? Ha? Ilan ang
44,
pumutok?
sir. 44.
With all that firing, it's a miracle nobody got hit. Di ba? And then, this Sergeant at Arms, by the way, he goes out there and he is a classmate of Bato de la Rosa. All of a sudden, he comes out of the woodwork and then he is part of the Tokhan Operation Center. And then he is part of the corruption that occurred in the airport. Yung laglag bala at saka yung pinakain niya doon sa checker, yung dollars na nakuha. Right? And why is he there? In the first place, if he claims that there are people out there, he doesn't have to carry a gun, because if you carry a gun with another person with a gun, you better be prepared to shoot each other. And there was no such thing. What happened was he claims he fired warning shots. Excuse me. In a confined building where there's so much media, so many people, you'll fire a warning shot? That's really reckless and stupid. And now we should really hold him to account. And what has the Senate done to be? A Senate that's become a fortress for those who are guilty so that they can hide them. And that has always been the problem. Sa police, kabaro. Hindi ko huli niya, kabaro ko yan, di ba? Sa Senado, kasama namin sa Senado yan. Di ba? There was a case of one senator, according to Justice Carpio. She convicted her, but when she left, she was unconvicted by the succeeding ombudsman. And she doesn't know what happened. So there's always protecting yung kabaro mo or yung kasama mo. And if you do that, there is no rule of law, there's no predictability. The only thing predictable is that if you're connected to a particular group, you're going to protect that group, but you'll not protect the people. And everybody now looks at the Philippines as certain personalities are above the law. And that's what we detest. Galit tayo dyan. Because ang in-expect natin sa mga tao ay mahuhuli ang mga masasama. Kaya kita mo, may nahuhuli ba? Si Coba nahuhuli na natin? Hindi pa. Di ba? Si Atawang, si Magtag. Can you imagine? If you want to arrest Bato, I bet you if the police put their heart and soul to it, they can arrest him in 3 days. This one man against how many policemen are there in this country? How many mayors are there in this country?
Let's go now to the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte. Despite the political alignment of majority of the senators, are you still confident that they can still deliver a fair and impartial impeachment trial?
Well, it's my hope that they feel that they can be resurrected if they do the right thing. Because many of them have been hit hard. That's why you see, you have a new dramatic club in the Senate of women crying who turned tail, right? Who turned to another party. And I'm hoping that the prosecutors will be wise enough, and it's not difficult to cross-examine and to present their case clearly, because I will remind you, in 1986, people went to the streets when they saw that the counting was being calibrated for the administration, and they all walked out. That triggered 1986 people power. In the case of President Estrada, people were watching, and they saw that they were not going to open the envelope, right? And they were even caricatured as dancing while this is all going on. And so people walked out, right? And Estrada was removed. In this particular case, if they fool around with this, people will be watching. That's why I said in a previous interview, the real people who are on trial are the Filipino people. They cannot just watch. They cannot just be a spectator. They have to know and understand from beginning to end who's fooling around. And when they do that, then I think there will be something messy that will happen.
Sir, yung pakiramdam nyo, yung napanood nyo rin po yun, yun nga po, you mentioned the crying senators na nag-iyakan po while during plenary session.
Yeah, but you see, they're crying. The sergeant at arms is really not in his lucid interval. Sira ulo. Bakit? Ba't ka magdadala ng automatic weapon? Bakit hindi mo binantayan yung pinto na akala mo doon dadaan ng mga NBI? Wala naman nahuling NBI na marami. Isa lang yung driver pa. Bakit hindi mo binantayan yung mga fire exits? At bakit nung nakatakas itong mga ito at inamin ni De La Rosa na tinawag siya ni Senate President Cayetano para lumabas dahil kulang sila ng boto, boboto lang siya, you can anticipate na pag nakaboto siya, tatakas siya. So, while they were in the Senate, nagputukan para ma-distract, and then nung na-distract na, lumabas sila, ito tanong ko sa susunod. Bakit hindi nagkaroon ng all points bulletin? Wala na rito, tumakas na. Ang tagal bago natin nalaman na nakatakas na. Pero ang dami natin CCTV dito. Nanonood ako ng TV ninyo, pinapakita nyo yung bata, ginugulpi ng nanay, o ninanakawan ng snatcher yung tao, o nagbanggaan. Do you have CCTV everywhere in Metro Manila? The moment they got out of the Senate, they were on CCTV. You could have called everybody, all points bulletin to the chiefs of police of Manila, Pasay, and everything. Turn on your CCTV. Abangan nyo yan. Dapat nahuli yun.
The Justice Department has ordered the arrest of Senator Bato de la Rosa but stopped short of calling for a nationwide manhunt. Is this enough for you? Would you say there were operational lapses or missed opportunities in arresting Senator de la Rosa?
You know me. How long have you known me? I don't look at the missed opportunities. I just say, I'll do the right thing now. All right? So now, the whole law enforcement machinery is on trial. They have to get their man. If they don't get their man, like the Canadian Mounted Police, mapapaya na naman sila, mapapaya ang bansa. Why will you invest in a country where the rule of law is not enforced, di ba? Pero pag nakita na huli ka agad dyan, baka maniwala uli ang mga tao sa atin. We are in a bad shape right now. Our economy is shot. We used to be number 1 in Asia, in Southeast Asia. Ngayon, kulelat na tayo halos. Number 7, number 6, right? Ababa ng pera natin sa dollar. Nagkakaroon ng mga problema ang mga tao. Pabili ng gas, pabili ng oil, pabili ng pagkain. Yung agriculture natin ay talagang tumagtikwas. Kailangan manalo tayo dito. Yan ang sinasabi ko sa mga tao. Hindi lang magbasid, pero makialam. Kung talagang niloloko tayo, hindi na tayo papayag paloko because akala nila maloloko nila ang tao. Kaya nga kino-quote ko si Lincoln eh. You can fool some of the people all the time. You can fool all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool the people all of the time.
Senator Gordon, what do you think is the best option for Senator De La Rosa right now? He is now being considered as a fugitive from justice. Dapat niya na po bang isuko ang kanyang sarili?
You know, he keeps quoting and singing the PMA Academy hymn. The PMA has an honor code. Thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not cheat, and thou shalt not tolerate all the above. He should, as former law enforcer in the Philippines, he should take his chance. I'm not guilty. Why does he want to be here? Why did Duterte take us from the ambit of something that we all wanted to be in ICC? Because to dinimanda na si Duterte, nitong si Jude Sabio, ang nangyari, tinanggal niya dahil he is anticipating that he will be brought to ICC, and it happened. Now, it's the case now of De La Rosa na dapat ginawa nila Cayetano ito para mahawakan nila yung Senado, mahawakan nila yung takbo ng impeachment. Yun ang aking, I surmise that was and a lot of people believe that. Now they have to really act and say, we'll make it work this time. And if we make it work, then I think we'll all be the better for it.
Pero dapat ba sir sumuko na lang si Senator De La Rosa?
Thank you. You know, I'm getting old. I forgot that, no? He should really be man up. Una-una, he violated the honor code, all right? Then he should go there. After all, when you go to the ICC, many other people who were tried were also declared innocent and they were let go. Mga African leaders. And remember, ito sa tao ko sa Cebu ito, ginawa ito para sa kabutihan ng mundo. Because ginawa yan ng araw because sila Hitler, sila Mussolini, they got away with everything during the World War II. Millions of people were killed. Walang naninita. Kaya after that, there was a trial at Nuremberg. And then nangyari sa Serbia, sa Bosnia. O ginawa yan, nagsama-sama ang bansa. Hindi bansa itong ICC. It's not a country. It is a system na tine-turn over mo because these countries say, if a country cannot protect the people because of their impunity, because of their intimidation, because of their power, then this system will come in and punish those if they're arrested. I agree with that wholeheartedly because normally I did 9851, right? I sponsored that single-handedly. Nung una sabi ko, dapat dito sa atin. Pero alam mo, nagtataka ko, gusto nila dito gawin because nakakausap yung West. Natatakot nila yung West, no? So, kaya ayaw nila doon dahil hindi nila matatakot yung West. Kaya sabi ko, maganda na yan. Anyway, nandun na si Duterte. Pareho yung kaso nila. Siya ang right-hand man ni Duterte doon. At mahuli pa yung iba. Then you will have a chance for the Filipino nation to see how a trial shall proceed. They will see what evidence will be presented. And then they will know how to do it in our country finally.
I want to go briefly, Senator, I know we're running out of time. I want to go briefly to the Republic Act 1951 or the law that's been at the front and center of this ICC arrest warrant enforcement. Na-envision nyo po ba at some point that we will reach this point using the law that you principally authored?
You know, I don't do anything without vision. I have a slogan here in the Red Cross: vision, values, voluntarism equals victory. Without vision, people perish. Yung vision niyang law na yan, kasi anong nangyari dyan? Tayo ang namuno, kasama tayo ng namuno na pumirma doon sa Rome Statute. Alright? Pagkatapos, after 7 years, hindi pa natin nira-ratify. We were not ratifying it. Miriam, I think, was not feeling very well at the time. So I filed this because baka mangyari nga, mayroong mga humanitarian law violations here. So at least, now you have a domestic law on international crimes, right? So now you have two laws. It's a very unique situation. The Philippines has an international law, particularly by 9158 and the Declaration of Principles that says the Philippines is a sovereign nation that recognizes international law as part of the law of the land. In addition to this, 9158 says once a general rule, Filipinos have priority in jurisdiction. But if our country abstains or does not move, does not represent, the country can say, you take over, and if you're trying it already, we will give you the priority. Wala akong kaduda-duda na talagang magagamit siya nitong panahon na ito. Yes, I anticipated this. And hindi ako nagyayabang sa inyo because I don't do things, just to do things. It's important that we have this, and we should have been respected. That's why I try to make the Red Cross the best organization, humanitarian organization in Asia and in the world, because that way we get the respect due to vision and hard work and voluntarism.
And would you say that because of this law, nagkaroon po ng pag-asa or hope yung mga kababayan natin na pakiramdam nila ay hindi po sila makakakuha ng hustisya dito sa Pilipinas? Case in point, the victims of the drug war.
You are absolutely correct. Ang ginagawa nito, sila sabi na inaapi sila. No, nakakalimutan nila yung mga inapi nilang tao na hindi na makakalaban sa kanila. Na wala ng pag-asa kung hindi natin tutulungan. So dapat, mga kababayan, gawin natin to.
Former Senator Richard Dick Gordon, sir, thank you for your time and for granting this interview.
Anytime. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. And we will continue to deliver just the facts and the news we need. Until our next newsmaker, I'm Tristan Odali.